Let me tell you my story. My name is SamJak. I'm a father of 3, husband to a beautiful, young, energetic wife. And for years, I felt trapped. Trapped in a job that paid well but drained my soul. And now, just 9 months later, I've earned over $80,000 in net profit. Not from gambling, but from a system. One that's changing lives and building a movement we now call the Sportsbook Economy. I spent years climbing the corporate ladder, IT architect for company giants like Walmart, Microsoft, US Bank, Panasonic, Jazz Pharmaceutical, and AARP, to name a few. I was making over $200K a year. On paper, I had it all. But in reality, I was drowning in debt. I was exhausted, burnt out, underappreciated. I gave these companies millions of dollars in value. And what I got in return was stress, depression, and the crushing feeling that no matter how hard I worked, I was stuck in the rat race. I hustled harder. I took on DoorDash, Uber Eats, Amazon delivery, crypto, trading, anything you can think of, you name it. Trading my nights and weekends for a few extra bucks, while missing precious moments with my kids. I realized something had to change. My time was worth more than $15 an hour. I didn't want to be another overworked dad with nothing left in the tank. I was looking for a way out, and then I found it. I joined a program that cost $10,000 through Major League Profits. It was supposed to be about sports cars, but buried inside was a module on something I've never heard of, sportsbook arbitrage. Despite being a lifelong sports fan, I had never seen odds this way. Not as gambling, but as math, as leverage. My coach at the time, Chad Gracie, now my business partner, he opened my eyes. I realized this wasn't a side hustle. It was an economy. I started back in October 2024 with a $2,500 bankroll in Michigan. NBA season promos were hot, and within 4 weeks I made $12,500 in profit. Within 6 weeks, I've made over $18,000. I was blown away. I poured everything into mastering the system. I discovered bonus conversions, global books, and eventually the profit loop. A repeatable process to legally extract profit every week from sportsbooks with zero risk if you follow the system. Over the next 9 months, I stacked over $80,000 in profit, averaging under 30 minutes a day. I paid off over $40,000 in debt. I funded my son's adoption to the family. I set up a college fund for my daughter. I took my family on multiple vacations. I threw my wife a kick-ass 30th birthday party. Paid entirely with sportsbook profit. And most importantly, I started to breathe again. I got my time back, got my confidence, started getting my freedom. I knew this couldn't just be my story. I invested in high-level marketing and coaching. I learned how to grow on social media. I went from 0 followers to over 200,000 followers and over 200 million plus impressions. That's when I launched Arb Samurai. And today, that has evolved in something bigger. The Sportsbook Economy. A movement, a brand, a revolution. Built alongside Chad Gracie, the original architect of the Profit Loop, and my business partner, Elijah Casey, a marketing genius with access to millions across the internet. Now, before I go any further, let me tell you and show you how this actually works, so you can see that it's not just talk. This here is my Odds Jam dashboard. Right now, I'm scanning for arbitrage opportunities, which just means we're pinning 2 different sports books against each other. Right here, I see a guaranteed profit on this game. If I bet $100 on one side and $100 on the other side, no matter what happens in this particular game, I will profit $2.70. Now that might not sound like a lot to you, but these stack all day long, dozens of them. And when you layer in bonus money, risk-free bets, reloads, and a rollover strategy, you start seeing $100, $300, $500, even $1,000 days. In fact, here's an example. I just secured a $2,500 bonus from FanDuel and a $400 bonus from Bookmaker, both of which I've converted into real cash using this system in the OddsJam tool. This isn't gambling. This is a repeatable playbook, and that's what we teach inside the Sportsbook Academy. We now help everyday people, dads, students, retirees, moms, grandparents, everyone, turn a few $100s into $2,000 to $10,000 per month. We teach the elite how to build a consulting business around this system. We offer funding, community, coaching. We give you the tools, playbooks, and the support to win at your own pace from anywhere in the world. And it starts at just $27. If you're stuck, if you're burnt out, and if you're like I was, grinding endlessly with nothing left to show, then this isn't just another program. It's your way out. This is the Sportsbook Economy, built on leverage, fueled by math, and designed to give you your time and life back. DM me Economy or click the link below and I'll show you how to get started. Welcome everybody, SamJak here with Sportsbook Economy, joining you tonight on Tuesday. This is going to be October 21 for the Profit Loop Masterclass show. Tonight we're just going to kind of show you, really excited to bring something to you, and I can see that the background isn't going well with this software, so let me change that real quick. Okay, so really excited to join you tonight to kind of discuss the profit loop, to discuss sportsbook arbitrage with bonus conversions, things that are going inside of the sportsbook economy. Just really excited to bring this opportunity to you. For those of you that have been exposed to this, welcome back. For those of you who've never been exposed to this, I'm going to give you a high level of what we're doing in this masterclass setup, and basically just walk you through. I'm going to do something really cool. I'm going to kind of walk you guys through my daily process of getting bonuses and converting those bonuses to cash. So tonight, just like every Tuesday night, the goal is just to convert about $1,000 plus in 20 minutes. You show you how easy that is. And then from there, just to walk you through how that might work for you and how we can help you get there, right? So those are the things that we're going to kind of go through. So real quick, we're going to jump in to the profit loop. And I have multiple communities here. I have Zoom. And Zoom, I know you guys can see my studio. And then we have audience on X. And we have audio on so audio on X and audio on what you call it on Instagram, and also video and audio on YouTube. So we're on all of those platforms. So we're gonna just jump in. I'm gonna show you guys how it's done. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop it in the Q&A, right? And we'll go from there. Go ahead and drop it in the chat, whether you're on any of those platforms. I will get to your questions and so forth. But we're just going to kind of jump in and show you what sportsbook arbitrage with bonus conversions looks like. So I'm going to share my screen here. and I'm going to bring up my books. Okay. All right. So a couple of things today, guys. We're going to go through a new book. We're going to go through a book that I already have an account with to do an existing. So there's some questions out there. Go ahead and put them in the chat, right? I see a couple raised hands. You can go ahead and put them in the chat. Okay. Oh, you're having audio challenges as well. Let me just check here. Oh, yeah, I see why. Let's see here. Okay, you should be able to hear me now. I had fixed that. Okay, it was it was hooked up to my headset, which I'm obviously not wearing. So, all right, so that should be a lot better. I'll recap you guys. So my name is SamJak. I'm with Sportsbook Economy, the CEO and founder. What we're going to kind of show you tonight is what I do on a daily basis with the profit loop. And just basically what we do is take sportsbook arbitrage opportunities, convert it with bonus conversions. And every Tuesday night, I come on at 7 o'clock and do this. And my goal is to show you how to make $1,000 in less than 20 minutes, right? So I've lined up some sports books to kind of do that for tonight. So we're going to kind of walk you guys through that, see what that looks like, and then have a discussion with you guys in terms of how we could help you do the same, right? So if there's any questions at that point, raise your hands or come off of mute. That would be fine. I don't have an issue. Can you guys see my screen okay at this point on Zoom? Okay. So we're simulcasting on Zoom, we're simulcasting on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and X. So the questions will be coming throughout, and I'll be taking a look at my right screen to my right. Doesn't mean I'm not paying attention, you guys. So there was a video earlier that in the invitation elite or in the I'm sorry, the introduction that says our program starts at $27. There's a question out there, real quick. I want to adjust that, and it said $27, and they reference the price of another product. We do have a $27 product, which is our playbook. Our playbook will walk you through an ebook style on what this is going to do. So, yeah, that is the starting at $27. Just to give you some clarity on that. Hopefully, that kind of helps. Okay. So let's just kind of jump in. So first thing I'm going to do is start with a new book. Okay. So here's a Bet Online book. This is one of the big books internationally, right? Based overseas. And so signed into this account to kind of show you what this looks like. I registered the account today, so it's a new account. I'm going to kind of walk through this account through as an educational thing for you guys at this point. But when we go to promos, we can see that there's a welcome bonus, and these welcome bonuses allow us, different terms and so forth. So I'm not going to get too big in the weeds. I just want to show you what's possible in 20 minutes here. And so what we do here is we got the welcome offer, which is the no strings welcome offer with Bet Online. So basically what they're just saying is you're going to get a $250 free bet, right? With no strings attached, meaning that there's no rollovers, there's no playthrough requirements. You just get $250 in free bet. And what we have to do is we teach you how to convert that using tools like OddsJam, right? And so we convert that to cash, and that's withdrawable cash within 24 hours, right? With Bet Online. We're also going to go to Bet DSI, which is giving us a cash bonus and on a new account. So I'll kind of walk you through that. They're going to give us anywhere between $500 and $1,000. So we'll kind of show you through that. And then we're going to do a reload bonus. So sportsbooks want to keep you as customers. So many of them, especially internationally, but also domestically, many people don't know this, will offer reload bonuses, just giving you promos to stay, to deposit more money with them and continue to be a customer. We just we leverage this, as I should say, so that we can teach you the ways of getting the reload bonuses consistently and profitably, right? So not only do you get the kind of the science of everything and how to do things and how to use the tools and how to get promos and convert promos and stuff like that, but you also get the art form with our program. The art form is the personalities and intricacies of all the different sports books out there. And between domestic books and international books, we work with well over 40 to 50 books that we have experienced in cumulative between my team and I over 20 years, right? So a lot of experience. And I'll kind of walk in to see, to kind of give you guys a background on how well I'm doing this year. So before we go take the next bonus, let's just give you an idea what my goals are so far this month and in this year. So I'm going to log into one of our tools that we use, which is OddsJam. Inside of OddsJam is basically, for those of you that have never seen OddsJam before, it's an odds scraper tool that goes out to all the different sports book sites, scrapes the odds. So each of the books have something called odds, like these plus 210, minus 270 lines. These are basically prices. And they have to do with determining how much money you actually win if you win that line, right? So you don't just bet $100 and you get $100 back. Not quite how sports works, right? So they have their prices. And if you're betting on a favorite, a team that is expected to win or has a little bit more money on their side, you're going to have to put more money to make more money, right? And if you go on the underdog side, your tendency will be whatever you make. If your side wins, you will have the ability to get more than what you put in, right? But that, when you bet on one side, is considered gambling, right? So gambling is going to be something that that doesn't work. How to do it, right? So gambling is something that you bet on one side. You're playing into a game of chance, and that's not what we're all about. We're about sportsbook arbitrage, where we take these lines, and these tools tell us to put a bet or a wager on both sides, so that we have all the outcomes covered, right? So in this particular example right here, there's a football game coming up today between Western Kentucky and Louisiana Tech. There's two outcomes in this particular game. Either Western Kentucky is going to win or Louisiana Tech is going to win. And so all these various books give different prices. So based on that math, it'll tell you, like if you put $100 at, at Louisiana Tech at this book, Bet Now, it was able to pull that information. And then you go put $50 on Bet US at this price. What's going to happen is you're going to guarantee yourself a win of between $5 and $8.82, right? So that might not sound like a lot, but these things have a tendency to stack up, right? $5, $10 at a time, every few minutes, and so forth. However, this is called traditional sportsbook arbitrage. What we do is we take the bonuses and have even higher conversion rates, like 50 to 70%. So when I gave you an example of the Bet Online promotion that we're going to take, they're going to give me a promo of $250. And we're going to convert that at about a 60% clip. So that $250 free play, which does not have any inherent value, we're going to guarantee ourselves somewhere around $140 return in cash, right? So that's a bigger return on the promo conversions. So if we jump in here at this point, what I want to show you is my bet tracker. So in the bet tracker, it kind of tracks all the bets that I put in there, the system and so forth. And so we have a sweat station that determines or keeps your track of your progress for the month, right? So October 2025 is my progress for the month. I'm up over $12,000 through 21 days, right? Today being the 21st day, and still waiting for the games tonight and so forth. So $12,000 pretty much through 21 days. And my goal for this month is to do $15,000. So we have in our community right now, we have about 135 students. They're all making between $2,000 and $5,000+ a month, right? Each month over month. We have people in our VIP accelerator program that are making even more, all the way upwards to $19,000 a month. And for me, this is something I've been doing since last October. I learned this from my business partner, who is the director of customer success with Sportsbook Academy. And you kind of look, my last 30 days, I've made $17,000 in profit, right? And I'm doing this in like 30 minutes a day. The students are doing this in 30 to 60 minutes a day. And if you look at my all-time, which I started just over a year ago, I'm at $113,647, right? And if you look just year to date from January to now, 10 months later, I'm up close to $90,000, right? So, and yeah, so let's see. Now, there's a question out there from somebody that says, what about people that already signed up for the books? So here's my experience. Here's the experience of Chad, who's coached over 1,000 people. We have never met anyone that has signed up for all the books. There is a misconception. There is uh, a fallacy that there's a misconception basically that some people in the community that are sports book pros, if you will, or sharp bettors, believe that they signed up for all the books, but that is just not the case. I mean, we even talked to the Our Father, who is one of the biggest names and an advocate of our program, and he hasn't even signed up for all the books that we have. So there's a lot of books out there. We can pretty much guarantee that we'll have at least a handful of books. Never met anyone with less than 7 to 8 books of our 50 books that they have. So, and even if you do have a lot of them for some reason, if you're one of those rare birds, there's going to be the opportunity to do a profit loop and get your reload bonuses. And that's going to be something that we teach inside the program. But for those of you that are just starting from scratch, haven't done anything internationally or even domestically, you'll be able to not only go to the welcome bonuses, which right now, as today, as it stands, there's almost $40,000 internationally and domestically, $40,000 in bonuses out there for welcome bonuses that you can convert to 50 to 70% rate. So that's going to be somewhere around $25,000 that you can convert. And then you're in the profit loop, which consistently gets you $5,000 to $10,000 a month. I've been doing this for a year. I can show you the numbers there. You can follow my bet tracker. You can follow me on X. I'm completely transparent. Many of our students and clients also post on X and our testimonial walls and have their success. And these things are always shared. So, but anyway, let's kind of jump back into here and let's just start making some money, right? So if I bring back these guys, so I'm already logged in. We're going to do a deposit. And with international books, we're going to mainly deposit using crypto because it is going to give you the most bang for your buck in terms of bonuses. And some of them will take credit cards and so forth. So you do have that. But as you can see, like even with this one, BetOnline, they'll take a credit card, but the max credit card they'll take is $500. Where with Bitcoin, Litecoin, altcoins, they'll take up to $500,000, right? And no additional fees on that. So we're going to do a $500 deposit. We're going to do a promo code with the no strings welcome offer. I'm going to select that bonus, which is the free 250. And I'm going to use Tether here. And we're going to send this off. It's going to be $500. And we're going to use the ERC20 network. And these are all things that we teach inside of our program. So crypto is really nothing to be afraid of. It's just a currency and a way to get funds from point A to point B. So at this point, I've taken the address. I'm going to head out to my Coinbase app. Let me see if I have it up here. Yeah. And I'm going to send crypto, right? So I'm logged in. I'm sending crypto to this address. And I'm going to choose Tether. And in this case, I'm going to send $500, right? So these transactions typically take about 5 minutes or so to go through. So after I send this and get my confirmation code entered, all right, so I'm going to get my confirmation. It's going to send, and it's going to go out to BetOnline, right? So we're going to come back and check on that in a few minutes. So BetOnline has a nice thing where you say it kind of keeps it tracked on this screen here. Another place that we're going to go to is BetDSI, right? So BetDSI, I signed in with the new account here. They have a promotion here that says This will scroll to some options. It doesn't look like I can scroll left or right. No, so I just kind of wait through it. But there's a 50% promo that they are right here. Welcome 500, 50% cash promo up to $500. Okay, and it has a 17x rollover, sports only, cash bonus, $5,000 max payout. So if we go deposit now at this point, and I clicked it, but it may not have registered. So we're gonna wait for it to come back again. Deposit now. All right, so we have somebody in the crowd that's working that has some concerns about prices. All right, so $500 for odds jam, 3K bankroll minimum for arbitrage, and 1K for membership. So the average person needs $4,500 just to get started. So I'm going to be completely honest with you. That is completely not true, right? There are programs that you can use that are free. OddsJam is probably the best. It is something that is out there as a tool that's 500, but there are other programs that we partner with that are absolutely free or even as low as $30 a month, right? So that's number one. We work with clients, whether they be church ladies, retirees, whether they be firefighters, and some of them have started with bankrolls as little as $500, right? So that right there is 500, and the program that we're going to talk about today is going to give you the opportunity to learn how to make $3,000 to $10,000 a month, and we think the investment to get into that program is well worth getting the knowledge and the system in place and the support to make 3x your initial investment within a week or two, right? And then you just continue to grow. So I don't know about you guys, but if I came to you and you know got something that I can show you here that make $3,000 to $5,000, 3 to 5 plus $10,000, I'm making 15 this month. I would take that, because it's not just a 1 month thing. So hopefully that kind of answers your concern. So that's a misconception that you need like $4,500 to $5,000. You can get started way less than that, right? You can get started with as little as $500 bankroll, free software, and as little as payments as little as $30 a month. So I clicked on the wrong promo. I don't think I clicked on a promo actually. So let me just check that, Eric. But what I do is it actually comes up here. So when I go to Tether and no token found, so let me go back here. Let me refresh that. So when I do this, I get an additional offer when I try to exit. So I want to leave with a deposit of $50 so I can get 100% cash flow. Do you still want to leave? No. But I was getting this error earlier on this site, so I'm going to log out this token error. And one of your friends is trying to get in the lobby. Okay, thank you for I didn't quite see that. I have let him in. Thank you. All right, and then log in. And let me just log back in here. And let's try this again. All right, so I'm in here and we're going to go to deposit. We'll do crypto again. We'll do Tether. Token not found. An embedded page. So something seems to be going on with this site. Let me try a different browser. So I'm going to log in on a different browser off screen. If I can log in, I'll bring it on screen. Let me just see here. Well, I can definitely log in. The issue is, can we get to the deposit screen? Okay, let's see. It's telling me email address is wrong. Let me just make sure that I got that right. So I'm just going to log out and log back in. Email right. Oh, that's where I did wrong. One letter off. All right, let me see if I can do this here. The deposit. That's a little bit unresponsive. So let me see if I get off the code here. Deposit now, welcome 500. Crypto. Let's do Tether. Let's see if it comes up. All right, it's coming up. I'm going to do 1,000. Deposit. Let's hit this address. Head over to Coinbase and send $1,000, right? So now this is 100% match up to $1,000. It doesn't mean you have to put $1,000. You can put $100 and get 100% match on that. It's all going to be based on your budget and your bankroll. So different bankrolls are going to be putting on a different amount. But regardless if you're starting at 500 or you're starting at 5,000, we feel very comfortable that you'll be doubling your bankroll in this system every 30 to 60 days until you get to about 15,000. And when you get to 15,000, you're going to be in what we call the profit loop. The profit loop is going to allow you to repeat the reload process and get $5,000 to $10,000 off of your $15,000 bankroll. That's a good time. We think that it takes about anywhere from 2 to 4 months generally to get to that $15,000 range. And once you do, you have a $5,000 to $10,000 income that's coming in each month that, for the most part, I have been withdrawing that for the past year as well for my life, right? So you're going to do that the way you want to do that. But what I like to say is if you're going to get to about 15,000, you can consistently get $5,000 to $10,000 a month. All right, so I sent that $1,000 off, and that will be going, and we'll see if they apply the bonus. If not, we're going to have to reach out to customer service to get that. No worries, we'll do that quickly. Let's check to see how we're doing with Bet Online. So Bet Online, the deposit was successful, $499.77. Start playing. So if we take a look here, they should have given us about a $250 free bet, right? So I got a couple more people in the lobby. Let me let you guys in. So the $250 free play, right? So we're going to do that. We're going to convert that into cash. I'll show you that momentarily. We're just going to go through the deposit process. We're doing I should say, Bet DSI right now. So the other one I want to show you is going to be a reload bonus. So I'm an existing customer at Bovada, another sports books, one of 50 that we work with. And I am part of their VIP program, which allows me to get a 50% reload each and every week, right? So here's the crypto exclusives offer, 50% up to $500, which means if I put 1,000, I get 500. If I put 100, I'll get $50, right? So 50% of what I put in, and this will be cash. So cash does not need to be converted. So at this point, I'm going to select that. I'm going to send $1,000, and why don't I see the value? Am I missing something? Okay, I think they just do that when received. So if we go back to Coinbase, I'll send $1,000 there. Send crypto and enter Tether. Let's do 1,000. Preview that and submit. I said, and then confirm. Okay. Cool. So that'll take a couple minutes. So we'll circle back to Bet DSI. We'll see if it came. Bet DSI. Already sent it. So we'll go back to the main screen and just monitor for that deposit to be placed. And so right now it's not there yet. Okay, so we'll come back to it. I'll move this over here so that I can see it. All right, so let's do a bonus conversion, right? So let's head over to SamJak. We'll use a promo converter. We're going to do Bet Online as the, and this is, I'm going to go a little bit faster, but just give you a high level on how this works. Obviously, you'll have the ample opportunity to learn this in our system. If you're looking to get the science down, understanding how to use a tool like SamJak, Pick the Odds, or Smart Stake. If you're looking to learn that use that tool, we'll walk you through learning that tool, right? And if you're already in this space and in the market client, have experience with using these tools, then you're going to start getting into the strategy and to the art form of all of this, right? So in this case, $250 is not a big bet for my bankroll. So I'm going to put the bet amount as $250. And then I'm going to choose the books that I have access to, which you can include FanDuel, Jazz, Bovada, Bookmaker, Bet 105. It's going to be Bet Now, Bet US, Every Game, and Not You Wager Right Now. I just lost out of them. And the other one I wanted to add was Bet DSI. I'll add that once that goes through. And then I think there was one more that I wanted to do, Bet Online. Yeah. So we're going to do market. We're going to do the next 7 days, or let's just try 24 hours to see what we got, because we're late in the night, right? But it looks like we got some tennis action, and we do have a 65% on Wednesday night. So we can definitely convert this, right? So this is telling us if we put the $250 free play at Bet Online at this price plus 274, and then we go to, let's just say we're going to go to FanDuel minus 320. We put it on the other team, Delaware, for 520. So we're going to put these two bets in. We'll put 520 of our own cash and 250 in the free play. And when this game finishes, one of two things are going to happen. Middle Tennessee is going to win, and Delaware is going to win, right? And if Middle Tennessee wins, we're going to convert our $250 into $162. That's a 65% conversion. If Delaware wins, which is likely to be the case as they're 3-1 favorites, we would win 165. So we get our 520 back plus an additional 165. That will be the conversion of converting from 250 to 165. So we're guaranteeing ourselves by doing this bet between $162 and $165 before the game even starts. So that's why this isn't gambling. We don't care what happens in the Middle Tennessee Delaware game. We're just using math, we're using lines, and we're using bonuses to convert bigger arbitrage opportunities so that we can take a $250 bonus and convert it into $162.50 or $165. Easy peasy, right? So at this point, we're going to go back out to Bet Online and look for the Middle Tennessee game. And we're going to put 270. We're going to look for the 274 price. And yeah, so let's do that. Let's go to sports. We're going to do football. We're going to do college football right here. We can search up here for, what was the team name? It was Middle Tennessee. So we can do Middle Tennessee. And there they are. 274. Oh, it's going to be up here. It's now 280. So that's a little better. Actually, not much better, but a little better. So that's going to be at 250. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm at the wrong place. I'm at Bovada. So let me go here. Go to sports. They have the same letter B. Threw me off for a second. So we're going to go football. We're going to go to NCAA. And Middle Tennessee is right there, 274. That's what we expected to see, right? So we're going to do 250. And now with this one, what we notice is this one does not have the action item to take the free play at this line 274. So Bet Online ask us to put restriction and say that we can only put on bets between plus and minus 150. So that's what we'll do next. We'll head over to take a look at the NBA games that we have going on tonight. We'll do that by looking at the sportsbook screen, right? So we're going to take a look at the NBA. We've got a couple games going on tonight. First one already started. Second one is coming in. And we can do this one, right? So if we bring up a calculator for promo converter and split that off to the right so that we can look at both at the same time. If we go to Bet Bovada, we're going to get it, or Bet Online, it's going to get it for about 120. So $250 free play for 120 price in the free play line. And on the hedge line, on the cash line, we can get, the best thing we can get is Bookmaker for 135, right? So we're going to go ahead and put 135. And now the calculations tell us that it's going to be a 51% conversion, which is still pretty damn good, right? So $172 hedge bet, or we're going to round that up to 175 at Bookmaker or Just Bet. And then we are going to place the $250 free play. All right, so this game again is the Warriors tonight. And what we're going to do is when we take that 250, we're going to convert it into 127.66. We're guaranteeing ourselves a win, right? We're guaranteeing ourselves a conversion. We're not gambling. We're not hoping one team wins over the other team so that we can get our bonus. We know before the game even starts that we're going to walk away with $127.66, right? So if we go back to, if we go back here and head out to the NBA, and now if we go and find these guys, the Lakers plus 117, and that's a little bit lower instead of 120. So we're just going to adjust the numbers. It's still right there. We're at 50%. So 117, that's going to be, let's see, that's going to be, let me make sure. Yeah, we do have a free bet, but we don't have the free bet button still. So something not quite right there. So let me log out. Sometimes we need to do that. And log back in. So I'm expecting to see a button that will allow me to use the free play. So that wasn't there. And so let's just try a different game. Let's see what we get. See, that's what I'm expecting, right? I'm expecting that slider. So if I go on, so it looks like they're not letting us do it on the money line tonight. So we have to do it on one of these other lines, which is fine. And we're just going to go to NHL hockey. And these are things that we teach you, like where to find these lines. So like if we took 198, that one's too high, right? But if we took 136, that one's not too high, but it doesn't have the slider. And we go 183, 160. So they're only letting us put it on the minus side, all right? So that's what we got to do. Now, if we go minus, let's see, if we go 104, it's there. We can do 104. So it must be plus or minus 130. So if we go 115, 115 has it. 127 has it, but 136 does not, right? 136 does not. So the odds are plus or minus 130. So we look at this game here with the Utah. Let's find out what we can do here. 127 and the hedge line for the Utah. Let's go and go to NHL and Utah, and we'll look at the money line, which is win, who wins line. And the best thing we can find is 140 at Bet Now. I'm actually not in Bet Now anymore, so let's just keep looking. Bet 105, we can do 142. right? And this is going to be a 52% rate. So we can definitely do this. So let's head back here and put this free play for 249.88, which is all our free play, right? We'll place that bet. Bet plays successfully. I'm going to go to bet 105. And we're going to log in, or we're already logged in. Going to head over to hockey, NHL, and that was minus 142. The amount that we needed to put was 186. We're going to round that up to 190. And there's a reason we do that. And then 190, submit. And it just wants me to log in. So let me refresh. Log in. All right. And go back to hockey. Minus 142 for 190, right? Oh, okay. So wait for that to go through. And that's been confirmed. So what we did is we placed a $250 free play at Bet Online at this price. And then we put a $190 hedge bet at Bet 105 at this price. And we're going to get $131 profit. So we'll get our hedge back. We'll get our 186 plus an additional 131 and some change, right? So we took that 250 that worth the nothing, and we're guaranteeing that it's going to be, after the game tonight, it's going to be worth $131, right? So that's $131 profit. We can then record that here by clicking this. This was going to be a $190 bet, right? And then on the other side for Bet Online, that was 127. I'm going to change this to Bet Online at 127. That was 250, give or take a few cents, and bonus bet, right? So that's a bonus bet that's telling the system it's free. Now, from there, so we just converted $130, okay? Now, if we go back to take a look at Bet DSI, so Bet DSI, let's see what happened there. Oh, actually, opened up in a different browser, right? So right here, okay, the Bet DSI, the cash is in, and let's see, a little bit slow. All right, so I don't think I see the bonus. So these guys, I'm gonna have to send an email. The live chat is not working. So I will send them an email. But what's gonna happen is they're going to apply a 100% bonus, and theirs is a cash bonus, right? So that's gonna be $1,000 right there. And let me just see if I can do that while I have you guys. So I'll do that while I'll send that out, and hopefully they get to it. Deposit before the end of the call here. And then I'll show you the other one as well. Deposit bonus 100%. Please apply the 100% deposit bonus from the deposit screen. Okay, send that message. And let me see, do I have an account rep? Let's see, dashboard. I don't see an account rep. So we'll come back to that. And then if we look at these guys, let's refresh here. Bovada, we sent in 1,000, if you recall, and they gave us a 50% match. That is cash, right? So that is not a free play. It's part of our balance, right? So we put 1,000, but they gave us another 5. And so we're sitting here with 1,500. We just have to play through it a few times to be able to withdraw, right? So we don't even have to convert it. We just have to play through it, and we do some standard arbitrage that is called low holds, where we bet both sides of the same game, but at such a low rate that all we're doing is doing that to get invested. I'll give you an idea. One, but just to give you an idea of what's happened so far, we converted a bonus for one. Was it 160? Right, 160 was 50%. No, more like 125, right? So 125, we got 500 here. That's 625, and as soon as we get the bet DSI bonus to come through, that's going to give us another 1,000. That's also a cash bonus, and that's going to be $1,600 tonight, right? But if that doesn't go through, I'm going to see if I can grab another bonus on the fly, just to make sure that we get to that $1,000, right? I want to make sure we do that while we're on stream. So in the meantime, I'm going to show you a bonus bet, or I'm going to show you a low hold, right? So there's a tool here that's called low hold, and I'm going to choose the filter here that's going to give me all the books that I am currently accessing, which include Bet Online and Bovada, and I think I have the rest selected, right? Bet DSI, but I'm going to wait till they apply the bonus. So we got a 0.25% hold here. Basically, now these are between two books that I don't want to low hold between. I really want to do this between like Bovada, which has a rollover. So between Bovada and we can do this one. I have a bet from earlier in the day between Bet 105 and Bet US, so two different books, just validating that there is not a conflict. So what we can do is go out to Bovada, look for the Anaheim Ducks under 6.5, and that game starts in 8 minutes. So I'm gonna go a little bit faster, and we'll go here. We'll go hockey, and we're gonna go NHL. All hockey. Oh, I'm sorry, NHL game lines. And we're looking for the 8 o'clock game between the Ducks. And we said that was, I think, minus 105 on the over, right? Minus 115 on the under, actually. And at FanDuel, we're going to find plus 105. So if we head out to FanDuel, log in. It's bringing me to the TV station. There we go. All right, log in here. Yep, and I'm in Michigan. Okay. And that's going to be NHL. We're looking at, it's not going to let me place a bet because of the Zoom call, but I'll show you here. We'll just do another book. But it was Anaheim Ducks, right? So Anaheim Ducks, the over here is plus 110. So not so right there. Well, we can expand this to look at the other books. So we got 110 at bet 100 at bet 105. We have 105 at bet now. Let me just check this book here, no limits. And this book for hockey, Anaheim over 6 is minus 115.4. And then I just want to check my other book down here, which is and not this one. This one is zeroed out. Yep. Wager attacks or wager plays. Another book that has good lines. And NHL. And this is going to be minus 107. So not quite what I was looking for. So if we go to bet 105, We got plus 102, but that's on 6, over 6, which will be a middle, right? So this is over 6. Oh, now it gets updated. Minus 107 for over 6. Let me see if we can get more. No. All right, so our best bet is to move on, right? So we'll go to the next one. And that one is just way out of whack in terms of the price, minus 20,000. 20,000 wage. We're not going to do that. So move on to the next one. Those are a couple big ones. So we can do the Lakers tonight at 385. We can do Bovada at 350, right? For the Warriors. So if we head back to this, to Bovada, we go to basketball. We're going to go NBA. And tonight's the opening night for NBA, so it's a great time to get in. And we have the line that we were looking for was minus 12.5, so we got to go into it. And we're going to find the alternate lines, minus 12.5, right here, which was 350. No, I don't think it was 350. Was it? Yeah, it was 350. Okay. So let me select that. While that's loading, I'm going to head over to FanDuel. Oh, even though it's FanDuel, I can't do FanDuel. I just remembered. So I forgot that. So I can do this one. It's a tennis match. Jokic at bet 105. Jokic. Let's see. Jokic might not be here, so let's check tennis. And that was WTA. And Jokic is not at this book. So let me try that again. Yeah, so it's not all the books, although it says it is to add that book. Minus 108 for Sanchez today at 9 o'clock in the WTA. All right, so we're in the WTA. Oops. We got 2 places to check the other one, see if we have Jokic and Sanchez. I don't see it there. Let's go to Tokyo. So it's just not showing it there, even though Asham is telling it is there. So here we're going to go over under 6. We got total goals on the Anaheim Ducks. Okay. So the low holds are just a way to put larger amounts to get vested so that we can withdraw the funds. So we're looking for hockey here. And everything is just kind of glitchy tonight. My computer might be having problems. Okay, let's try this. All right, see if we can get rid of it. All right, hockey, NHL. We're looking at the Ducks, and it was over 6, and I think it was minus or under 6, minus 102. The other one that we're looking for is actually minus 114. We're looking for bet on Bovada under 6, which I think that's the one we already selected. Bovada under 6.5 is 122. That's not what we're looking for. We are looking for under 6 specifically. So if we go back to hockey, NHL game lines, the Ducks down here, and jump in here, alternate lines, 6 even, right? So 100 there. And what we're looking for is so where we got is 100. And at just about, we got 102 for the under, 118 for the over, 118. So percentage is going to be more too high, right, for this strategy. 4% is too much of a strategy for this. So we would just keep going. So this isn't being accurate right at the moment. So we just take the next one. Got a bunch here of FanDuel. Let me take off the FanDuel toggle because we just can't use that while we're on this meeting. And let's go to we can do the Dallas versus Blue Jackets, right? So if we go back here, the Blue Jackets should be right here, which is going to be plus 163. And then Bovada, if we go back a page to the NHL, we're looking for that Blue Jackets game was minus 185. We'll double check here. We got minus 185. So I'll adjust that. And 163. So that's a 2.94%. That's acceptable, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put 1,500 here and 8. We're going to round that up to 900, right? And so this is going to allow us to be vested, right? So we're going to take, let's see, we're going to go to just bet for 9, or 880 actually. And so that's rolling over $880 through the rollover at Just Bet. And then with these guys, we're going to do Dallas Stars at Bovado, right? For, was it 1,500? Yes, it was. Which is all of it, right? Minus 180, get rid of the other ones. Max bet is 18,000, so we can put 14,999.46. Okay. So if I lose out of Bovada, I could potentially get another bonus, right? If the other side wins. If it doesn't, I'm going through $1,500 in playthrough at this book, and I'm going through $880 playthrough in the other book, right? So it's kind of like how it works. Let me see if any progress on the BetDSI side. Let's see here, refresh. You don't see a message that came back. So that one's going to have to be resolved once they do come back, right? In the meantime, let me think here. We could take another bonus at, let's see. We can do, I just reference my little cheat sheet here. Let me check these guys. Oh, I got a little bit of a balance there, so that won't work. Check this book. Bet US. Um, yeah. Let's see if there's any questions out there. If you guys have any questions, yeah, go ahead and drop them in. And let's see, check social media. Nothing there. Okay, so if you got any questions, go ahead and drop them in for me. But let's see, I don't really have another bonus right now. As far as got limited before, yeah, in the beginning when I started learning this system in October, I got the bug of learning arbitrage, right? So arbitrage is a way to get basically to what we're doing here, but doing it with like player props and alternate lines and so forth that have a statistics tied to it, a closing line value that you're typically a sharp better by getting a better closing line value. So in the beginning, I did some of that. And so some of the books in the domestic, I hit them hard, like Bet Rivers and ESPN Bet. And some of the books like Bet Whale, those I got limited. But once I transitioned back to just doing bonus conversion, I've lost some bonus reload places, but I haven't been limited anywhere. So I can still bet everywhere, but there's a few books out of the 50 that I can't get bonuses from, right? So it's a good question. It's one of the things we teach, Eric, is just about account health. We teach how to look like a regular recreational bettor so that you continue to get those reload bonuses, right? We don't want you to look like a sharp bettor. We teach you how not to do that, and so that you can have these accounts. So many of my accounts that I use myself that I get stuff on are my own accounts, and then Chad has accounts that he's been doing this for 20 years. He's taught over 1,000 people, and sure, some people get limited. It happens, but most of the time that it happens is they went away from what we were teaching and went to do some sharp betting strategies, right? As opposed to bonus conversions, which has a longevity to it, right? So no slow seasons with this, right? Baseball season is a time that you can make money and so forth. Um, it's just all year long, right? So let me see here. Let me see if I got a bonus here right now. I don't think I do. I took 3 recently. So getting limited or banned prevent you from withdrawing? No, it does not. It just prevents you from, well, yeah, it prevents getting limited prevents you from putting larger wagers, but not withdrawing your funds, right? Getting banned, that doesn't really happen. It's what happens in this industry is sports books will limit you, right? They won't necessarily suspend your account, but that's such a rare thing, right? And I've seen it happen, but usually that happens when um, after a withdrawal or something like that. But it's pretty rare. But they were what they call a death limit, Eric. Some people will get a death limit, meaning like they used to be able to put like $1,000 and now they only put like $2, and so it's a really slow process uh, to bet $2 a rate. So you just withdraw your funds and move on to another book. But it doesn't happen too often what we teach. But if you go out there and do what others are teaching, which has viable strategies, but you just run into chasing lines for multiple hours, right? You run into getting limited. You run into having to create a bunch of accounts and so forth, right? Um, so you're running into all these things where you can do this in 30 to 45 minutes. You can do it all before the live. And that's another thing. When you're live, you're chasing, right? You're looking for lines and you're missing a lot of opportunities because they move so quickly. But what we're doing is pregame, is main lines, is where most of the action is, and allows you to stay under the radar, right? So at this point, I'm going to be content with making $625 tonight. And once I get Bet DSI to apply the bonus, the cash bonus, that's going to be up to 1,600. But worst case worst, I don't get that 1,000. and just withdraw my 1,000 and go somewhere else tomorrow. But I'll still be up $600. I even took a cash back bonus from another book earlier, X back, of $90. So that helps apply it too. So this low hold, that means that you're always going to lose a little bit of money. So Eric, the low hold process is the opposite of arbitrage. Arbitrage is going to be a positive exchange. So you bet both sides, and then you're going to win somewhere between 0.1% and whatever you get on the arbitrage side. On the low hold side, it's just underneath that. So it's anywhere from 0% to generally around 2 to 3%. So if you put like $100 bet on both sides and you get a 2% low hold, you're going to lose out like $4, right? Out of that 100. But you're playing through $200 through your playthrough safely. And it's just what we call like your daily tax and your vesting. So what you're going to be doing, you're going to get to a point where you're getting bonuses just about every day, and you're offsetting it. So what's the best way to get the cash bonuses? There's about 15 books that, not 15, maybe a little less than that, like 12 or 11 books that do cash bonuses, right? So this is everything we teach you in the system, like who are the books, what kind of book bonuses they give you, how much of the bonus to take based on your bankroll, based on your personalized situation, right? So Carlos, that best way to get the cash bonus is to know the books, is to understand which ones do well with cash bonuses, and that's what we provide as well inside of the sportsbook economy, right? So Eric said, that being said, you can't just play through your money by arbitraging. Absolutely, you can, but we wouldn't recommend it, because the minute that you start arbitraging, you're going to start getting a higher closing line value because natively one side of an arbitrage is a positive EV, meaning that you're getting a value higher than the rest of the market. And these things are the things that stick out to the algorithm, if you will, the AI, the software that looks at this stuff, and then ultimately the security team that reviews your account and decides to limit you, right? So we want to stay in this gravy train. And the way I look at it is, if I were to tell you that today, um, I went to Bet DSI and they gave me $1,000 bonus, right? So today I tell you, give me $1,000, and then you have to play through that for the next week. And then what is today? Tuesday? Next Tuesday, Eric, you can withdraw 1,700. Would you take that deal? You give me $1,000 today. Next week, you can take out 1,700. Yeah. So that's the way I would think about it. It's a different mindset for those of us that have come into, that come from the sportsbook community. It's like everything's got to be an edge, everything's got to be positive, but that's not the case, right? Um, it's about the long game, right? So the long game is you're making $700 in a week. You're going to take another bonus in that week. You're going to make, whatever amount of four, five, six, seven, $800 off that bonus, and you just rinse and repeat, right? So I'm at a stage right now. Yeah, you take a little bit of that loss so that you can get more bonuses. I'm at a stage right here, Eric. I'll show you more in depth. I have a bigger bankroll at this point because I was doing this for a year now, right? And even though I was doing this for a year, I have taken funds out for life, right? But to give you an idea, you know, what this looks like, see all these green days? It's because I take bonuses on those days. But every one of those days, pretty much, I've taken losses too, right? To be able to go to the playthrough. So I'm at a point where I'm taking bonuses about 5, 6 days a week, right? And then 1 or 2 days will show up as red. And that's what my tax days look like without bonuses, like $4 or $2.79 or whatnot. There's a feature here in OddsJam that shows you the sweat station, and you can look at things by tags. Now I haven't tagged everything, but to give you an idea, these are my tax days, right? So there's something a discrepancy here, like with the refund on one side or something like that. But otherwise, I paid $4,000 in taxes, $4,100 in taxes and low holds this month, I should say. So that might, be like, wow. But if you look at, first of all, the bonus bets, I've taken $7,500 in bonus bets. So these are bonuses that I converted into cash, and the cash that I converted into is $7,500. So the bonuses were probably closer to 14 to 15,000, right? You convert it into cash about 50 to 70%. And then there's the cash bonuses where I get the site credits. These are the cash bonuses. Cash bonuses, I got another 8,000, right? So you go 8 plus what was it? Bonus back, yeah. 8 plus 7, so about 15, 16,000 in bonuses, right? And then 4,000 in taxes. And that's where you get the top line number. I'm up $12,000 this month, right? So you get to a point where in the beginning, based on your bankroll, right? I started doing this where I could do this every day with a bankroll around 30, and now my bankroll is closer to 65,000. But for those that are starting smaller, coming in at 500, 1,000, 2,000, your goal is to get 2 bonuses a week, right? 2 bonuses a week. If you get 2 bonuses that give you $500 a week, that's $2,000 a month, right? And you take some low holes taxes for like anywhere from $200 to $400. You'll walk away with 1,600. You've doubled your bankroll. Then you're doing the same thing again in the following month and the following month until you get to about 15, 20,000. And when you get to that 15, 20,000, you're consistently making $5,000 to $10,000 a month. And you can take, and that's, you like to think for most people that's a really, really good number. And you just keep the $15,000, $20,000 in the bankroll, but then you got 5 or 10 coming to you every month, right? That you can do whatever. You can continue to build bankroll. I made 110, but I reduced about 70,000 of it, and now my bankroll is like 60, 65. So, all right. So let's kind of let me head back to my studio here real quick. If there's any other questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. But so how can this be? How can we help you, right? What I want to show you is to bring this up. Let's see. I seem to be lost my restream. Where are ya? Not there. Not there. Got too many windows open. Not there. So one more question from Eric while I'm looking, and you're able to actually cash out real money and deposit in your bank account. Yeah. So when you're working with the domestic books, you did pull it right into your bank account, your debit card, credit card, PayPal, Venmo. When you're working with the international books, some credit cards will be taken, some debit cards, and a whole lot of crypto, right? And then when you put it into your Coinbase wallet, like I was showing earlier, you can withdraw that right into your bank account, into your PayPal, into your debit card, credit card, yeah, whatever you need there. I got all these windows open and I can't find my restream. So hang on. Not there. Interesting. Yeah, there's a few more steps with the offshore, right? But you also get a lot more bonuses with the offshores. There's about $30,000 in bonuses in the offshores, right? So Brandon also has a question on who's a good match for Wager Attack. As far as an opposite book for Wager Attack, I like books like Bovada, Bet US, Bookmaker / Just Bet, Bet Online. These are all good books. Even FanDuel and DraftKings. Those are also. Which books should you withdraw on? So these are the books that we talk about that are like your sharp books that pay out really well. So these are what we call our win books. And some of those books include like Bet Online, Bookmaker, Just Bet, Sports Betting AG. These are the books, and Bet 105. These are the books that pay out really well, right? And most people know those books, right? So the books that you don't really know about are about 20 or so that continue to give you reload bonuses. Those are the ones that most people don't know about. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing here for a second, just because I think when I do, I'll get my window back. 1 second here. Can I explain what a sweepstake book is? Absolutely. So a sweepstake book is also, oops, let me just testing. Picking up my, yeah, something weird going on here because, oh, oh, just 1 second. It's open. Yeah, my audio is breaking up because the restream or my studio is still open, but it's not in any of my tabs, which is the weird thing. But I got so many things open. So now like I can't access my studio to like kind of switch around. So I just kind of answer your questions while I do that. Found it. I had to close some windows to get there. All right. So let me just share my screen here again with my Zoom folks. All right. So you guys are going to see my studio on Zoom. But what I want you to do is walk you through our offer, right? So what we can do for you. So we have the Sportsbook Economy Academy, right? So for those of you coming through our masterclass community, that's our free community that gets you exposed to what we do and who we are. So we're building trust with you. But Academy is where our students are actually and our clients actually reside and where our program actually resides, right? So with this, you're going to get the bonus conversion curriculum, which is over 6 hours of videos. You're going to get a community access, right? So similar to what you're seeing, but actually a lot more active in the academy side with school. You're going to get an onboarding call with an SBE consultant, usually Chad, who is the mastermind of this program. And then we have group chat support. So between myself and Chad and 5 consultants that we have, we're going to be responding to your request for support within 24 hours. Now, as a part of this package, you get a weekly group call on Monday nights that allow you to come ask questions, related to the curriculum, related to your situation, and so forth. It's anything goes. We also have daily live profit loop calls, similar to what I just did here, but inside the community on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I go through my daily process and Saturday morning. I go through my daily process of doing low holds and bonus conversions, and I do that live. And people ask questions about what I'm doing. People ask questions about, the training, the curriculum. It's another touch base. So you have 4 live touch base with us a week. Plus, we do the profit loop call here in the masterclass community and live on on Instagram, YouTube, and X. And then we also do the masterclass on Thursday night. So you're getting a lot by joining the academy. You get access to me directly and Chad Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, right? So we have a bankroll tracker template that allows you to track everything in terms of your rollovers, in terms of your playthrough, your balances, how much of a bonus you can get, all of that. And we have our global book guide, which will walk you through all of our books, their terms of services, what their welcome bonuses are, what their reload bonus is, whether they're classified as a win book or a lose book, why and how. And then for the different bankrolls that you started, whether you're starting at 500 or starting at 50,000, we have a personalized starter pack, like which 4 to 10 books you start with, right? And how much to put in there. So we really get you going. So many of our students in the academy hit the ground running, making between $2,000 and $5,000. Actually, over 92% make $2,000 and $5,000 that first month, right? And then continue to repeat that on a month-to-month basis. We do have a VIP accelerated program for more one-on-one support. That's where you find some of our students that have made $15,000, $20,000 a month with personalized planning, right, and one-on-one support. But all of our students are doing between 2 to 3,000, and all the way up to 19,000 within this program the last couple of months. We also have the SPE Rewards Challenge as part of the academy. So inside of the academy school community, you can post your wins, your positive actions, all those kind of things. The person that posts the most in the week gets $125, right? Person that posts the most in the month gets $500. So we're giving away $1,000 in the community each and every month just by posting, right? And so we do that, and we also have our SBE Refer a Friend program. So we have allowed for, or we encourage you guys to sign up for Refer a Friend links to all the different sports books that you're going to sign up to, which can be anywhere from 25 to 50 sports books, and then go to the community. And when you're ready to sign up, indicate that you're about to sign up for a book so that you can get a referral friend bonus from someone else, or you can provide your own. So sometimes these bonuses are as little as $50. Sometimes they're as high as $750. I mean, it's not required to be able to get that $5,000 to $10,000 number that we talk about, but we're just trying to always add value. And this is another place that we've added value, allowing you to get more bonuses, right? And then you have affiliate commissions within our program. So what's better than making money is making money with people that you love and care about, and friends and family, and bringing them in and having them. They also do this, which is very easy, that anyone can pretty much do it. And for every person that you refer to us with your affiliate link, you're going to get a commission percentage of that. So another way to win, right? You're going to get some additional bonuses for signing up. And those bonuses include so what we're doing is we have a rebate program. So we have partnerships with OddsJam, Smart State, and we also collaborate with Pick the Odds, right? So as a part of our program, Pick the Odds and Smart State is included in the first month, right? And the OddsJam is something that we can rebate you $100 on, right? So we have a rebate program for all three. And so in the first month, we will cover Smart Stake or Pick the Odds in full, and then OddsJam will do $100 rebate, right? You'll get the SBE access, which is going to allow you to tap into our affiliate network for our massive Instagram following. This is going to allow you to make between hundreds and thousands of dollars a day. That app's in development, so once it becomes available, all of our clients and students will have that. And then the Just Bet exclusive VIP, one of the best books out there. And by being a member of our program, you'll have the exclusive benefit of joining their VIP program, where they give you a $1,500 free play, up to which is 125% free play, up to 1,500, right? So if you deposit 1,200, they'll give you a free play of 1,500. That should typically convert to about $1,000. Not only that, being part of the VIP, they will reload you 5 more times at 100% up to $1,000. So another $5,000 waiting for you just in the Just Bet exclusive VIP program, right? So that's pretty great value. And so all of this, considering all that value that you get, what we're doing is we're doing a one-time payment up front for $997 for the Academy program. And for those of you looking for a little bit of flexibility, we can do a 3-month plan at $497. And then in addition to that, once you go through your first month or your 3-month plan, then staying in the community and continuing to get the benefits that we roll out is going to be a monthly membership of $97. So that's going to be your ongoing cost. And then what I want to do is kind of bring it back here and show you guys some QR codes, right? So you guys, I'm going to stick around. I pretty much showed most of what I wanted to show tonight, but the QR code above me in the Academy, also the QR code below me, that's going to go off to the right. You guys can scan that QR code to join us tonight on the Sportsbook Economy Academy. Get your journey started. Work towards that time freedom, that income freedom. Because when I say time freedom, this is something that you can legitimately do in 30 to 45 minutes a day, right? And when I say income freedom, right, we're talking about some of our students making up to $19,000. Another student client of ours, Roberto, made $122,000 in a year. Tyler just recently, or not Tyler, but Stephen recently joined the program, made $12,000 in his first month in the VIP program. We have Anthony that joined us in the accelerator or in the academy program. Started with a bankroll of I think it was 1,600, made 2,200 his first month, another 2 grand his second month, something like that. So just a lot of successes. 92% of our clients make well beyond their money back, their 997 in the first month, right? Most people make that back in the first week. So bringing a lot of value here, helping a lot of people. We have church ladies, we have pastors in our community, we have firefighters, we have sharp bettors. So we have regular Joes and pros, right? So yeah, go ahead and scan that Sportsbook Academy. Join us today. All right, let's get started. We got the NBA starting today. It's a great time to get in. There's some bonuses that are applicable just for the NBA season, and then we have football coming back out this weekend, right? So if there's any other questions out there, go ahead. I see that we've got quite a few people in the school community. If you guys have any questions, you can raise your hands. I can have you come off of mute, or you can just put them in chat. But I'm pretty much shared everything that I'm going to share here tonight. So I'm just going to hang out for a little bit and answer any questions. Get you guys onboarded, right, and so forth. And while you're doing well, I'm checking that. I'm going to check social media as well. Let's see here. Let's see if these guys came back with an email yet, because this live chat is not functional at the moment. I click on it, nothing comes up. So all right, we'll wait on the response. I wanted to check. Let's see, YouTube. Actually, I can check it right here. Okay. Yeah. So Brandon and the other questions were answered. So if there's any other questions on social media, go ahead and drop them in the chat. I'll get them for you. Let me just check. Sometimes X doesn't come up in this tool. So I'm just going to log in there. You're going to hear my voice twice for a second while I fix that. Yeah. Oh, Eric. Yes, you did have that question earlier about a sweepstake book. So sweepstake book, aka exchange books. These are books that are mostly accessible in the U.S. states, most U.S. states, right? The difference is they are peer-to-peer books, right? Peer-to-peer meaning that you are wagering against another person, right? As opposed to wagering against the book or the house, right? So when you're betting with a sports book, you're betting against the house, and they have something that's called the VIG, which is an inherent edge or percentage of the profit that they're going to get. It's kind of baked into the lines, right? It's also baked into the lines with exchanges, but they're much less. They're like 1% as opposed to 4%, 5%. But because you're playing against other people that are taking your bets, you usually get a lot better lines, right? So they have the ability to sign up to get like coins, and the coins don't have any inherent value, but as part of coming with the coins or the tokens or whatever the specific system is, they give you cash as well. Like if you go to Flip, they got Flip Cash. If you go to Profit X, they call it Profit X Cash. The no big cash, and so forth, right? That cash is just used like any other cash in any other book, like FanDuel and DraftKings, and wager it in the same way and withdraw it in the same way. And it just gives us more books, right? So you get more books and more access to lines, which the more access to lines and books that you have, the more opportunities for discrepancies, which is, very, very important in the, being arbitrage. So as far as arbitraging on those books, exchanges, because they're peer to peer, the reputation of those exchanges and sweepstake books is they don't limit you so much. So if you like doing the arbitrage strategy, the positive EV strategies, those are the kind of places that you want to do it, right? So there's a safe place to kind of do it, the arbitration, which is going to be your Novigs, your ProfitX, your Cut, your Onyx, your Flip, Bet Openly. These places are exchanges that, because you're going peer to peer, the books aren't so much concerned about the kind of odds that you actually get. So don't get too. There are some people I've heard they get a little too much and they've been banned, but not so much because of arbitraging. It's for other activity, but it's very few and far between. So no problem, Eric. No problem. Any other questions, guys? Let me just check out social media. So we'll be back on Thursday night for the master class, right? Um, could be Chad, myself, Elijah. We're not sure yet. The master class will dive in a little bit more into what I'm doing here with the profit loop. And the profit loop took a little bit longer than I wanted to today. Typically, these are going to be 30 to 45 minutes long, but we've been on for an hour and a half. Had some technical difficulties, and BetDSI was causing some issues in terms of getting the bonus, right? So because looks like they're having some issues with the site, which can happen, right? So last week we did the first profit loop with the community. I made 1.3K. So today we're going to call it 615. And if we can get I'll update you guys next Tuesday. If we can get the DSI to go through today, then we can call it $1,600, right? All right, everyone. The QR codes are going to be up there for just a minute longer. Go ahead and scan them. Go out to the checkout. Join us. We'll get you onboarded. We'll get you profitable within days and weeks. And you're going to have a skill set that you're going to look back and really, really happy that you made this investment, just like I was, right? Made this investment back last October, a year ago. I made a big investment. I invested over $10,000 to learn this stuff, right? And learned it from Chad at a different place. And they did other things as well. Well, we opened up Sportsbook Economy where we focused just on this, right? Thanks for the feedback, Eric. I appreciate you. Hope to see you inside the academy, and hope to see each and every one of you take this opportunity to get time freedom, income freedom, and location freedom. Right. So three things that I've strived to get in my career for a very long time, and not until I've done this and helping others do it, haven't been able to do that. All right. So I want to thank you, each and every one of you, for joining me on the Profit Loop tonight on the Sportsbook Economy channel. And don't forget to like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and X at Sportsbook Econ. And also head out to the live masterclass community in school for some additional information. Have a good night, everyone. Peace.